Hello everyone and welcome to episode 7 of Let's Play Final Fantasy I. In this episode we will continue backtracking and finding the rest of the chests that are unlocked by the Mystic Key. In the last episode I ranted a bit about Final Fantasy XIII and how much I don't like it. And someone asked me to really go all out and just let it all out and like absolutely rage on the game. So that's what you're going to get in this episode. I'm going to rage on that game. I'm not even going to remove random encounters. I'm just going to sit here and speak my mind about why that game is terrible. There's only one good thing I could say about Final Fantasy XIII, and that is the fact that the game is very, very pretty. And you know what? It is very, very pretty, but even that feels like an insult, because you will see all these cool structures off to the left and right of you fucking going, ooh, come explore me, this thing's cool looking, you want to come and see this up close, right? But you fucking can't, because the game's a piece of shit and won't let you. You have to stick to this linear path. It's like the game is putting a leash around your fucking neck and leading you everywhere. It's bullshit. Do not give me the opportunity to explore. I hate that shit. Don't make your game so incredibly linear. I feel like I'm going from point A to point B, like bleeding on a fucking leash. It feels like it does not feel like a normal RPG. It feels like an on-rails RPG. Like, I've played on-rails shooters that are less linear than this fucking game. Go play fucking, oh, what the fuck is that game? Killer 7 on the GameCube, and play that, and tell me that shit isn't as... That shit is not as linear as Final Fantasy XIII, and that's fucking sad, because in a lot of ways that's, although it's a very unique and strange one, it is an on-rails shooter. And an on-rails shooter should never be as linear, or less, or more linear, rather, than an RPG is. Ever. That should not happen. But by some fucking miracle, because, I don't know, maybe Square decided they wanted to make an RPG for beginners or something. Final Fantasy XIII is the fucking most linear game you will ever fucking play throughout the vast majority of it. And then 25 hours in, it gets more open world and shit. Well, that doesn't change the fact that the rest of the game fucking sucks. But it makes it only slightly better because you actually have an area to explore. Speaking of not having areas to explore, why the fuck are all the fucking towns in this piece of shit game? God damn. I like towns. I like having big open areas to explore, but we can't leave the fucking hallway that it has to lead us through, can we? Nope, we can't fucking do that. Because that would be convenient or cool or something like that, and this game hates being those things. Nope, we have to have a linear fucking pathway, from A to point B, so... Nope, no towns. And then there are the orbs that are just fucking floating there that have items in them. You know, I could accept chests. Like, maybe someone put a chest here long, long ago, and now it's just sitting there waiting for somebody to discover or something. But these floating fucking orbs are, like, technologically advanced. Someone had to build these. Someone had to put them there and store items in them on purpose. So why the hell is it that I can just walk up to them and open them up and get items out of them? You think someone would have locked these things, but no. What purpose do they serve then? They're not protecting their items so some adventurer can come by and pick them up as they need them or anything like that. They're just floating there with items in them. What the hell is that? I don't fucking know. Doesn't make any sense. Never has made sense, never will make sense. It's bullshit. But that's just the tip of the shit iceberg that is Final Fantasy XIII. Because, I mean, you feel like you're being led on a leash throughout the entire fucking game, but no. It can't just have that control over you. The battle system has to have control over you, too, where it takes away control, direct control of 3 of the characters that you have in battle. You only have control over 1 character in battle, and you can, like, switch parajumps for the other characters just to suggest what they should do, and hope to God the ally AI is smart enough to do what you actually want it to do. And if the main character dies in battle, the character that you actually have control of, if that character dies in battle, fucking, you're screwed. Game's over. There are no continues from that. Just game over. And you have to load your game. That's bullshit. Come on, man. Really? Like, seriously? I carry Phoenix Downs around to resurrect party members. But my party members that I can't control cannot resurrect me because I can't control them. Fuck you, game. That's stupid. That's bullshit and I hate it. And then there's the auto battle, which the game encourages you to use a lot. Like, you all thought that Final Fantasy XII played itself because you could set up gambits, but at least setting up gambits was something. And this, you don't even get that. It's just click auto battle and watch the battle play out by itself. Not set up gambits to tell the ally AI and your characters how to act in battle. Like, you program the AI in that game. You do not program the AI in this game. You can switch paragems to give suggestions for auto battle, but that's it. But with the system in 12, you can say, like, if this, then do this. Else, do this. You know, if, then, else. That kind of thing. Not in this game. It's just stupid, and I hate it. But no, that's also not where the game stops controlling every single aspect of gameplay. There are level caps in this game, artificial level caps. Like, it's divided up into chapters or whatever, and each chapter has a set level cap. Where this is as high as you can level. And you cannot level beyond this. So don't even try to level beyond this, because you're not going to be able to do it. There's no point. You can't power level in this game because of the artificial level caps. It keeps you at the level you need to be to fight the enemies that are in front of you at all times, and that's it. That's not making your game challenging or interesting. That's creating artificial challenge by bullshit means. And you'll pardon me if I hate that, because I fucking do. Let's see, okay, I can't use the sword. And that's just one more way that this game exercises control over you and your life and how you decide to play it. And it's fucking stupid. And if that were where it stopped, but no, it has to control how you level up your characters too. Because it has this imaginary fucking construct called the Crystarium, like this ethereal construct, or whatever you want to call it, where you have all these nodes that are connected in a straight line, and it curves and stuff, but it's a fucking straight line from one to the next. And you hold down the button. As you gain experience, you go into it, you hold down the button, and it fills out. And every single time you hit another node, you gain whatever power that node represents. More health, more mana, some new power to use in battle, things like that. And even this manages to be incredibly linear. I know a lot of people didn't like the license board in 12, but at least it gave you some choice. This doesn't do that. This is just awful. Like, 12, you would fill out one thing on the license board, and it would open up a few more, saying, your next level you can pick this one, or this one, or this one, and you chose from that how you decided to level up your character and fill out the license board. And this, it doesn't do that in this game. It's just like, oh, you will go from point A to point B to point C, and you will level up exactly as we want you to. Every once in a while, you'll get a small, tiny branching path that will go from 1 to 2 nodes off the beaten path, and then you backtrack to the main node and continue on the linear path. And that's how it works. And I'm sorry, that's stupid, that's bullshit, and I hate it. So, this game controls every single fucking aspect of how you play it. it doesn't want you to have any control over how it's played except pushing forward on your control stick and to get into another battle where you'll use auto battle to play through it and you'll switch paradigm shifts. You could almost play this game with one fucking hand. That's how simplistic this game is. You like have your other hand holding onto a drink or whatever while you're playing this fucking piece of fuck heap. It's awful. And I haven't even gotten into the biggest problems that Final Fantasy XIII has, and I've already got a headache just thinking about it. Because, oh my god, this game is so fucking terrible. It's a putrid pile of piss. Alliteration! And, like, it controls every single aspect of gameplay. And gives you no choice, not even an illusion of choice. Nope, you are meant to do this in the order that it wants you to do it, and that's it. You step outside of those bounds, well, you can't step outside of those bounds, because that would be leaving the linear fucking path that you're on. And you want to know what? You can tell a good Square Enix acts like you can't tell a good story while having a non-linear game. That's a big load of bullshit. You can fucking tell a good story while having a non-linear game. And I'll tell you a game that does that. Mass Effect. It'll have like the main planets and you can tackle them in any order you want. And it'll have tons of side quests that you can tackle those in any order you want. And that's non-linear. That's non-linear storytelling. And a game that does it in an even bigger way are things like Fallout and The Elder Scrolls, where you don't even have to follow the main path. You can spend 100 hours just doing side quests in those games and not get bored of them. And the story to Fallout 3 and the story to Fallout 1 and 2, as well as the story to Skyrim, it's interesting. It has a lot of interesting and cool characters that you will meet as you play throughout the game. And Square does the exact opposite of this. If I wanted to be led around on a leash like this much and let something have this much control over my fucking life, I'd enter some kind of weird BDSM relationship as a fucking slave. Come on. It's bullshit. Let me play my game the way I want to. If I want to play something linear, I'll play like a platformer. And even a lot of platformers have more fucking branching paths and exploration than this does. Like, the Ratchet & Clank series definitely has more branching paths and exploration, as well as the Jak and Daxter series. Definitely allows a lot more freedom than Final Fantasy XIII does, and that's all kinds of sad, and it pisses me off. No, I haven't even touched on the game's biggest problem. And the biggest problem that this game has is the fucking story. The story to Final Fantasy XIII is awful, terrible, shitty. Like, I can't believe that a human being wrote this piece of shit. That's how amazing, like, it's amazing in a way that somebody was capable of writing something this awful. And you know, I've watched bad movies and been entertained by them. Like, if your movie is shitty in a way that's entertaining, that's fine. Like, people have made, like, Mystery Science Theater made an entire show and career out of lampooning movies like that, and it's a funny and interesting show to watch. This, I don't even know what to do with this, because this is failing writing on the most basic level. Like, when you're taught to write in high school, you're taught about this thing called exposition, right? And what exposition is it's when a story takes time out of itself to stop and explain the world and how it works to the reader, or the watcher, or the player. It's a very important part of storytelling, because if you're going to establish a new world, you want to have exposition to explain the new world. Final Fantasy XIII doesn't fucking do this, because whoever wrote this is one of the most moronic, imbecilic people on the face of the fucking planet, and they should be fired from their job. Fuck this game. Instead, when you start up Final Fantasy XIII, it starts throwing terms at you. Hey, we got the fallacy. Hey, the fallacy turned us into l'Cie. And the only thing you are told about the fallacy is that big thing over there is a fallacy. Well, what the fuck is that big thing, and what does it do? What kind of powers does it have? Why should we be afraid of it? Not explained. Not explained even a little bit. Because the writing in this game is bullshit. I'm gonna go, item shop. Yes, this is... Bye. Nothing in this game is fucking explained. At all. It just constantly wants to leave you in the dark about everything, and it's just maddening. And it gives you the information that fallacy turned people into l'Cie, whatever the fuck l'Cie are, and it never bothers to tell you what l'Cie are. It's just like, oh, by the way, they turned them into fallacy turned people into l'Cie. That's important to know. Not going to tell you anything about it, but that's important to know. And you're just like, damn it, game, give me some kind of clue. Give me some kind of fucking clue as to how this world works. What are l'Cie? What are fallacy? The only thing we know is fallacy are bad and l'Cie are bad. And they're the enemies of whatever world that they're on. And that fallacy can turn people into l'Cie. And that's like all the information that you give, because this game doesn't bother with exposition, which is, again, as we have established, is an important fucking part of storytelling. That's storytelling fucking 101. Found Saber in the chest. Corsair in the chest. Mithril knife. Nitro powder. Hey, we met a dwarf that could use that. So it throws all these terms at you and never bothers to explain what any of them are. And anybody with a brain is sitting there going, what the fuck are they talking about? What the fuck are they talking about? Can somebody explain this bullshit to me? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. And that is just the beginning of the problems with the storytelling of this game. Like, none of the characters are likable. Snow, Lightning barely has a personality at all. And it's hard to care about somebody who has about as much personality as anybody in this game. I'm sorry, I can't give a crap about your character if they have less personality than anybody in this game. Equipment, let's see. I can't, okay. I guess I'll just sell all this crap. So, Lightning barely has a personality. Zaz is probably the most interesting character in the game, and he barely has a personality. For some strange reason, he has a chocobo hanging out in his hair. His hair must be a fucking mess of bird shit because of that chocobo. He's got like this chocobo just hanging out in his freaking afro. Dude, that's gross. Get the chocobo out of your afro. For the love of God. Why the fuck do you have it? I mean, what purpose does it serve even to the story or anything? I'm gonna sell a lot of stuff here. Leather gloves. And then you have Vanille, who spends the entire fucking game whining about, oh, we don't want to sell the golden needle. In fact, we want to go buy more gold needles. Whining about Snow and how much he hates Snow because Snow is an idiot and got his mom killed toward the beginning of the game. And yeah, that's true. He does. He's an idiot. He's like, heroes don't need plans because he's a fucking retard and doesn't realize that, yeah, heroes kind of do need plans. That's kind of how you stay alive, is by having a fucking plan. So, as soon as that happened, I already hated Snow. I was like, fuck you, Snow, you're an idiot. I hope you die at some point in this game. But as far as I got, he didn't fucking die. Because I gave up on this game because it's just that awful. And then yeah, Snow pisses me off with how goddamn stupid he is. And the one satisfying moment that I had in this game... Let's get 4. Was watching Snow get punched in the face by lightning. See, I can't even remember her character's name. She's so fucking bland. They badly want her to be Cloud. That's what they want her to be, is a female Cloud. You know what the problem is? Cloud wasn't that interesting either. Yeah, I said it. What are you gonna do about it? Cloud was boring. You know who was more interesting than Cloud? Zack. Zack would have made a much better lead character, and Zack did make a much better lead character in fucking Crisis Core. Crisis Core is a better game than 7. Yeah, I said it. What? Anyway, back to Final Fantasy XIII. This game's fucking awful. But even the music manages to not be all that memorable. Every single time Vanille talks in this fucking game, I want to punch her in the throat, because her voice is so just nerve-grating and... ugh. God, she annoys me so much. I was sure like, shut the hell up, Vanille. Nobody cares. What is your purpose being here anyway? And the game will have all kinds of powers that the characters can use outside of battle that you can't then use inside battle. What's up with that? Like, why show me cool looking powers if you're not going to let me fucking use them at any point? That's bullshit. God, I hate this fucking game. It's just awful. I don't understand why anybody likes this game. I don't understand how this game has defenders. People say it gets good 25 hours in. You know what the fuck? That's too fucking late. I want the game to be good now. Not after I've played it for 25 hours and wasted my goddamn fucking time. Fuck Final Fantasy XIII. I wanted to like it. I wanted to like it so bad because I love this series. I love 1. I like 1 and I like 2. I haven't played 3 enough to know if it's good. But I like 4 and 5 and 6 and I kind of like 7. Don't care much for 8. 9 is great too. 10 is okay, but not great. 10-2 isn't good. But 12 was amazing. And Crisis Core was really good. And Tactics was really good. Tactics Advance was kind of fun. Crystal Chronicles was kind of fun. Are you getting the point? I like this series. I don't want to hate games in this series. And this game makes me hate a game in this series. Even more so than I hated 10-2 and fucking 8. By quite a lot. And Dirge of Cerberus, that game is a piece of garbage too. That probably deserves its own rant, but Final Fantasy XIII is just abysmal. Even the music manages to be not memorable in this game, and it's probably because I don't believe it was done by Uematsu. Which, why wouldn't you have him do your music? It probably just couldn't get him because he was too busy working at a better company nowadays, because, yeah, I'll say it. As far as the Xbox 360 generation, PlayStation 3 generation, Blue Dragon is far more interesting than Final Fantasy XIII. I mean, it ain't that great, but at least it's not awful. Final Fantasy XIII is awful. Okay, now let's go around here. Have I ranted about this game long enough? Because this game can you tell this game really pisses me the fuck off? Because I fucking hate it. I really fucking hate it. I want the people that worked on it to... Like, what interested me the most, found tent about the new Final Fantasy, is that none of the people from Final Fantasy XIII were involved. So I have hope that it won't suck. Maybe that hope is in vain because the series is just absolutely gone to shit, but I have hope that it won't suck. Alright, more defense. Alright. Let's see, equip. Let's see if we can equip you with anything. What about you? Mithril knife. Oh, I didn't check the other equipment slots on this guy. Final Fantasy XIII really feels like an RPG designed for people who don't like RPGs. Like, if you want a game to be as simple as humanly fucking possible, here's your game. Ah, the nitro powder, thank you. Thanks a ton, youngster. Now we can build a canal. Now he's gonna go build a canal. If you don't like Final Fantasies, and this is your fucking game. Even then, it might not be your fucking game because this feels like you're its slave the entire time you're playing it. I don't even want to hear shit about Final Fantasy XII plays itself. It doesn't play itself nearly as much as this game does, where it's on rails. At least Final Fantasy XII had tons of exploration. This has jack fucking shit that is likable about it. It's pretty, and even that manages to piss you off because you can't explore the pretty graphics in this fucking game. There. Now we can blast this rock to smithereens. Now move it. That wall explode, so we'd better get out of here. I don't remember this cutscene being in the original game, so I think this was added in. Oh man, the controller's vibrating violently now. Okay, this was definitely added in for this version. The NES could not do this right here. And voila, we have access to a new section of the world. So I'm going to go back to town and call it, and I'll quit ranting about how much Final Fantasy XIII is the worst piece of garbage to ever bear the name Final Fantasy, and one of the worst Japanese RPGs ever fucking made. Because I think I've made my point clear about why this game sucks, asshole. And believe me, it does suck. As I have explained. Now let's go. Besides that, my throat hurts and I'm tired of ranting. I spent the last half hour ranting about that fucking piece of garbage. That putrid pile of piss. There goes my alliteration again. I think I said the exact same thing last time. Whatever. I couldn't even bother with Final Fantasy X-2, which people have told me is better. But it could still be better and still be a piece of shit because of how bad 13 was. So I haven't even bothered with 13-2. And because I haven't bothered with 13-2, I haven't bothered to play Lightning Returns, which even a lot of fans of 13 and 13-2 seem to agree that that game isn't very good. And when people who actually like the anus pile that is Final Fantasy XIII say something is garbage, it can't have any redeeming qualities at all, right? At least that's how I fucking look at it. So, maybe I will get around... If I get around to playing that game, you're going to probably get sick of hearing me making fun of it on this fucking channel. But that's a long way away, because we're still on Final Fantasy I. We're still trying to get there. Well, Charles, you wanted 30 minutes of me ranting about Final Fantasy XIII and why I hate it. There you go. That's what this episode is. 30 minutes of me ranting about Final Fantasy XIII and why it's fucking garbage. Let's go to the cheapest inn in the game and save. And then we'll call this episode and it will be done. We made a little bit of progress. We got the canal thing done. We got 40,000 gil. That's awesome. Sweet dreams. And I'm not even doing this to restore my health. I don't really need to restore my health. I'm just doing it to save. Thank you everybody for watching this episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would be greatly appreciated. I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks everybody. Bye.